one thing I've noticed from like a lot of African people, their parents will say something and then they'll just believe it automatically without actually questioning, oh yeah, is that actually true? And it's like, and I'll give you an example of it. I was in class, right? And then some guy said, if you have long hair as a guy, you're gay. And it's like, bro, in my opinion, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I don't know if you would consider this long hair. If I pull it down, it goes up to my chin. But it's like, what are you talking about? So then, like, it wasn't really like an argument, but it was like, it went on for some time. And then he eventually said, oh, yeah, it was my grandma that told me this. And he's from Angola, right? He's from Africa. And it's just like, if you really look at the history of like beauty standards in Africa, when Europe colonized Africa, they came to our territory and they took control of it. They pushed their ideals and their own standards of beauty onto us. Because if you look back in history, African people, both men and women, they both had long hair, right? And then yeah, we got colonized. And this might apply for different parts of the world as well, but I'm speaking about Africa specifically. Like, yeah, so then we got colonized. But if you look back in history, African men, they had long hair. And obviously, a woman always had long hair as well. But it's like, when we got colonized, they pushed their own ideals onto us, their own beauty standards onto us. And it's like, when these missionaries, they set up schools, they enforced the strictest beauty standards. And the norm was, if you were a black boy, you should have short hair. And it's like, colonization, it happened for such a long, long time. Like, I Googled it yesterday and it started at around like, I don't really know the specific date, but if I am correct, it was around 80 years. I don't know the specific year. But decolonization, it didn't like, it wasn't even that long ago, right? So if you look at Zimbabwe, it officially became Zimbabwe in 1980. And it's like, that's not that long ago if you really, really think about it. Like, decolonization might have started in like World War II. And then like the last British colony was Zimbabwe. And technically, yeah, there was like rhodesia and stuff, but that's like, that was still ran by, by white people. So it's like decolonization basically happened, as far as I know, in 1980s. That's not that long ago. So then like from Zimbabwe to all the way back, countries like England, for example, they were pushing their own standards, their own beauty standards onto African people. And the norm was using to have short hair. And like obviously our grandparents, they're old. So they've obviously retained this. So without them knowing, they're telling their kids, oh yeah, this is the standard, this is what you should look like. And then their kids are gonna push that onto their kids and say, oh yeah, this is what you should look like. And it's just like, it's all subconscious. They're not doing it to be malicious, but they're doing it because that's what they've been told. And they actually never sat down and thought, oh, is this actually true? And it's like, it's not their fault at all, of course, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But it's like, um, not everything your parents say is true, right? And if you really think about it, this journey just stems down from colonialism. So it's like, and if you look at black churches as well, um, black churches, they push this thing of like, if you have dreads, like I have dreads right now, if you have dreads or long hair in general, you're idolizing it. And it's just like, bro, what are you talking about? How are you trying to say to another man that you're committing a sin just because of what you look like? That's just wrong. And then I'm just seeing lots of videos of like, you know, like people don't have locks and they'll cut it off because they'll claim that they've been idolizing it. And it's just like, what are you talking about? I don't get why you care so much about how another guy thinks. If anything, that's gay. Because why do you care so much about what another man looks like? If he wants to have long hair, then he wants to have long hair. And if he wants to have short hair, then he wants to have short hair. It's like, why do you care that much? I just don't really understand it. Especially when it comes to churches as well. Because religion, that's such like, people care about it so much. And you're using it to try and get your way, basically. Because nowhere in the Bible does it say, if you have long hair, your eyes lesbian. And the same way how you can idolize your long hair, that is true. You can idolize money. You can idolize, literally anything. Idolize shoes, fame, literally anything. So why are you speaking about long hair specifically? That's what I don't get. It doesn't make any sense at all. So I just feel like, and I live in England, right? And the guy I had a conversation with, he also lives in England. You have so much, like, you have access to information where you can actually say to yourself, oh, is this actually true? Are you actually gay or feminine or whatever? Is this actually true? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's just like, it doesn't make any sense at all. So it's just like my take on this. If you want to grow out your hair, you want to grow out your hair. And if you want to have short hair, then yeah, you want to keep it short. It's not anything serious. It's just someone's preferences. And you shouldn't get that angry over someone's preferences. Like caring about one other man who's like, bro, that if anything is gay, is that, bro. Why do you care so much about what a man looks like? Why? There's no reason for it. And at the end of the day, if he's happy with how he looks, then who are you to say that you shouldn't be happy? You look like this. It's like, bro, I see guys, like you see the older people. I remember one time, yeah, I was at a bus stop. Some guy, he literally just had like literally just one dread coming hanging down. And it's like, if that's really what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I might think it looks stupid, but to him, he probably looks lank. So it just doesn't make sense. If you say of anything as well, one guy might like something, but he doesn't. Like one guy might like my Air Forces, but he doesn't. So it's just like you can't really win, especially when it comes to appearances. Because you will say something, but then another guy will say something. So who's really right? But yeah, that's just my take on this. If you want to have long hair, especially as a black guy, then you want to have long hair. I just feel like when churches specifically they promote this idea of you eyelasting your hair, it's just internalized racism. Because if you look back, African men they had long hair, probably longer than women. So yeah, that's just my take on this.